welcome to part 2 of your flower masterpiece for spring. All right, let's talk supplies. What are we gonna need? All right, we are gonna need 1 sheet of blank white paper, or if it's another color, that works too. We need our painted papers from last week. We need scissors, glue, a glue stick works too, some sort of black coloring supply, either a marker like you see here, a crayon, a colored pencil, whatever you have. Also, something that is green, maybe even a few shades of green, dark or light. And some sort of round circle shape that you can use to trace. Bonus points if you have 2 different sizes. Now, they can't be super big, friends, because you'll see why that won't work in a minute. But I just went to my bathroom and I had a couple of lids on my hairspray and different things that were perfect circles for me to trace. And your kitchen might have a lot of round things, so just search and I bet you'll find some. So I have 2 in 2 different sizes here. If you can only find 1, that works too. Okay, so the first thing we are going to need to do is take our circles here, and remember, pause the video if you need to, if you're working with me. We're gonna need to cut some circles out of our painted paper, all right? So I'm gonna flip these guys over. I'm gonna start with 1. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut about, 4 to 5 circles. Different, if I have 2 different sizes. Awesome. And one little tip here, friends, as I'm tracing, we want to be able to use this beautiful paper for other stuff as well. We don't want to waste it. So instead of plopping your circle right down in the middle and cutting that circle out and throwing the rest away, start along the edges of your paper. That way, when you're done, you have all the rest of this paper that you can use for something else. Okay, so let's get to it. Alrighty, so as you can see, I've got my 5 circles here cut out, and my next step is I am going to put some glue on the back of them, and I am going to glue them down at different levels on my paper. So you might want to kind of put them on before gluing to kind of see where you want them, but some of the middles, some of the circles I'll put higher on my paper, and some I will put lower on my paper. So kind of just place them on however you think you want to do that, and then just go ahead and glue them on. All right, friends, so my circles are all glued on. If you want to, just for good measure, if you're using wet glue like me, or even if you're using a glue stick, you can give your paper A nice long massage.
Ooh, me likey.
To make sure that they're really on there. Okay, now our next step to our flowers is we are going to build up our flowers layer by layer, and you're going to get to really, with some simple steps, really make some beautiful, amazing flowers. Okay, so friends, one thing I want to tell you is if you would like to, instead of this black, if you would like to build the layers of your flowers with color, okay, so markers, crayons, instead of this black marker that I'm doing, go for it. You are the artist. If you want something that is very, very colorful, you go for it. So the first thing I want you to do is around those circles, I want you to make another circle. Okay, and as you can see, I'm not using a tracer for this. I'm just freehanding it. Okay, freehanding it means I'm just doing my best, and it's not going to be perfect, but remember, we are not looking for perfect here. Okay, so within those now, I'm going to think of some kind of curved or some sort of shape to build inside each flower. Okay, so if you're somebody that would rather leave the middles of your flowers blank, you can totally do that, and I might do that on some, but I want you to think of some creative designs that you could do inside if you want. So, for instance, on this one, inside my flower, I'm going to almost make kind of, it's like a petal shape, and I'm going to build that out onto the inside here. Okay, and I'll show you some different ideas that you could do. So over here, we might do just some different dots. Okay, so this is kind of inside here. Okay, I'll keep going a little bit faster. All right, friends, so finally, what I want you to do is put a border on each of the flowers, and that can be any kind of idea that you can think of. It could be a lot of different things, but just think of it as a really simple shape that can go around each of your circles here. Okay, so for instance, on this one, I might do, it's kind of like a petal shape, but really all it is that cloud line. Remember that guy? Okay, so I'm going all the way around with a border of the cloud line. Okay, another one might be kind of like a zigzag, or it almost looks like triangles or spikes even. Okay, so around each flower, I want you to create some sort of cool border that's going to kind of act like it's petals. Okay, so I'll speed this up. All right, artists, flowers are looking awesome. Okay, so let's create some stems So I'm gonna create some stems that go from the flower down to the bottom of the page. So some will be taller than others or longer than others. And then, remember those green coloring tools I told you guys to grab? So you can use those to create some leaves. So I'm just going to, along the sides of each stem, I'm going to create some green leaves, kind of like a football shape or whatever kind of shape you can think of for a leaf. All right, so I'll speed this up. And voila, masterpiece complete and ready to hang up for spring. All right, so friends, I can't wait to see yours. Now, if you want to add more to it, if you want to add a sky, something in the sky, some clouds, some grass in the background, friends, you add and create whatever you would like. I just cannot wait to see it. It is going to get me so excited for springtime. All right, have a blast.